Oh, welcome back.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
it's been a day.
A whole week actually. To
Oh, a week, right?
Yeah. But we're back with episode 4 of Cars and Coconuts.
Yep.
Brought to you by Kelapa Oasis in USJ and by Puteh Subang.
Yep.
So Puteh Subang is expanding to
Sri Damansara.
Sri Damansara.
We're getting a third hall, second location.
Third hall, second location. Wow.
Two halls here.
Nice.
One new location there.
And will that be more expensive or?
It's the same price as that one.
Okay, so like a medium-sized hall.
Yeah, it's a medium size.
So check them out. We'll leave links. And let's talk about episode 4. Episode 4 is about the cars that I bought.
You got. So you didn't go crazy like
I didn't
me.
go crazy. So I started MCO off with
Integra.
an Integra, but
Was it?
yeah, it was Integra.
Oh,
it was
still
the
Integra.
DA6.
Okay.
This was I owned the car from 2019.
Yeah.
The way I learned my lesson was I bought a E34 before that, and then I traded it for a 124 for a short while. And before
Unlovable.
Unlovable, 124. I mean, it's if you have a nostalgic factor, it's lovable. I have a nostalgic factor for the 126, but I can't afford the road tax and all that, so
Yeah.
I don't bother. And
The one you got is
it's a 124
260
260E, which is it's okay.
which is okay. It takes a
single
while to
cam.
get to speed.
Yeah,
But it's
once it
smooth.
opens up, wow.
It's nice. You know,
Yeah.
highway is good.
Correct. Yeah, and the lesson I learned was it's every old car, no matter how simple or durable
Yeah.
it is, it requires money to maintain. Like it's the same for anything, Japanese, German, Korean, whatever it is lah. So it better be a car that is worth putting money into.
That
so
you
that
love.
means that, even if you don't love it, so it should be worth putting money into.
Yeah.
Which means it has to be slightly rare.
Slightly special. It has to be special, either to the general market or to you at least.
Yeah. So I went back to the drawing board and I was like, okay, it has to be manual, it has to be 2-door.
Has to.
Has to. And it has to be a little bit affordable. Because at the time before MCO,
So you're talking about objective specialness lah.
Yeah.
That means 2-door at least it means something to most people.
yes.
Or at least a large segment of the society.
Yeah, and it won't be popular. In any road you're on, you're very unlikely to see a 2-door.
That's a problem I have
One
with
week
a
of
lot of
driving.
BMWs.
Right.
All of them are freaking 4-doors.
I mean, BMW, they've perfected the formula of selling new cars.
Yeah.
Because people need the 4-doors
Yeah,
for their
yeah.
family.
Yeah.
But, they need a bit of sportiness, blah, blah, blah. So, modern BMWs, you want to buy new, done.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? But, once they go into second-hand market, it's like, do you need a 4-door old car?
I know. Like, why? I mean, okay, I think I know they drive well.
Yeah.
But they're not the best driving thing from that period you can get. There are other things you can get as well.
You can get something slightly sportier.
Yeah.
And it's 2-door, so
way more powerful even.
Yeah.
For roughly the same price. Like a
Correct.
300 ZX. Right?
Right, yeah.
3 liter V6 twin turbo, come on. Come
Yeah,
on.
you're gonna beat any 5 to 8
5 seconds 0 to 100, come on.
And it looks the part,
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
my budget was very small. I only had like 15k to spend.
That's
at the
okay,
time.
that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
And this was before MCO rose all the prices. So I looked around and I realized the only car that was neglected enough was the first Integra. Now I say it's first.
It's not the first.
It's not really the first. The first one is called the Quint Integra.
Quinta.
Honda Quint Integra.
Why? Oh, because the eyes like that.
I don't know. It was just like it was a weird tie-up with Rover or something.
Oh, is it?
They have some history there lah. But the Quint Integra essentially was not that popular.
Okay.
It came out the first CRX at the time.
Yes. I know many friends,
Yeah.
common friends that we have,
Yeah.
that love that period of Honda. I don't know whether you do.
I don't.
You don't know.
Yeah.
That period of Honda doesn't speak to me.
It doesn't speak to me also.
It
And
doesn't,
also they didn't have VTEC back then. It was all this
I know.
ZC engine, which is durable.
Which is
but
okay.
It's
so it's okay.
But it's nothing.
Just the design
Yeah.
doesn't speak to me, man. You know?
Yeah.
Until the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even my generation also
Yeah.
didn't really get it right.
Yeah.
It's only after that where they
Your generation is getting there.
slightly like
Almost there.
Yeah. So the generation
So
I got,
yours is a second gen.
it was effectively a second gen
Okay.
Integra.
Long front lights.
Long front lights. The first ever VTEC engine
Okay.
in any
B16A.
Honda. B16A.
Yeah.
And even then when I sent it to a mechanic named James, which I'll leave his address here if you get old Honda problems, go to him. He saw the thing and he was like, this B16A is not like the B16A of the Civics that came later.
Oh.
Because I had parts like distributor problem, like the car, I tried, suddenly the engine just died for no reason because the distributor had some internal problem. And when he opened up to try to exchange it for a newer B16A,
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Oh shit.
You have to open it up and physically change that one broken part. So from that part, I was like, oh shoot, this car might not be as headache-free as all the other Hondas.
You have a very low threshold.
I have a low threshold.
for stress.
My second mistake was, it was my only car. If it's your only
I know.
car, it cannot be
I know.
that
And I
old.
think that was the problem.
That was the problem. I could have lived with it as a second car.
At least you now learn the lesson.
Yes, which I did in 2021. I asked around, and my grand uncle had a spare Vira for sale.
Yeah.
I mean, not for sale, he just wasn't using it. So he said, okay, take it over,
Yeah.
just do your maintenance. So I did it, I maintained it a little bit, and I kept that as
And
my
frees up your option.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. It frees up, and when I need to go around, I don't have to think about, can the car start? I said, no, I just take the Vira.
I take it as a challenge. I purposely take those unreasonable things
Yeah.
to do daily drive challenge.
I had another problem, which was my family is all the way in JB, my parents.
Wow.
So I cannot take even the Vira to JB. There's just too many variables there, lah. So how?
One of the biggest show off in classic car community.
Yeah.
Can go long distance.
Oh, yes.
I drove to Penang non-stop, no problem. Nonsense lah. Then after that also a thing break, right? No, you
Correct,
never say that part.
Yeah. And I didn't want to risk it, lah. So during MCO, Lua realized something, that all the prices of Japanese cars were
It's going up, man.
Yeah, and my intention was to do up the Integra, respray it, and then when Honda eventually revived the Integra name and people are like, I want Integra, I'll sell it lah for whatever price. But I didn't have to wait that long because
Before it was launched, you sold it off the day before.
the day that Honda
Announced the Integra, the new Integra.
Then that day it was the day I was already I already said yes to selling it.
Oh, technically you can change your mind.
But the money was in already lah at the time. You listed it for me, and then
I listed it at 35,
at 40.
40. Oh, gila.
39 lah. 1 month later, suddenly this collector, old man in Penang,
He's also a trader.
he's also a trader. He's got his own used car dealership. He saw the pictures. I sent him some video. He was like, okay, Ken. He was negotiating on 500 ringgit. He nearly cancelled the deal on a 500 ringgit thing, which is who pays for inspection? I'm like, you buy, you pay. And then he's like, no, cancel the deal. So in the end, I had to swallow the 500. The little bit of whatever lah, expenses lah. The car was good. I loved that Integra. I drove it to JB and all.
It's probably the most mint, pristine unit.
Yeah. And I was lucky because the guy who sold it to me was an old uncle in Old Klang Road, when he came out to show me the car, both his legs had knee surgery. So he couldn't drive manual anymore. That's why he wanted to sell the car. So he sold it. Not really much negotiation. But yeah, anyway, sold it. And then I was looking for a car and I was thinking, how can I do this? I need a car that can go long distance to see my parents if they need help or whatever it is. So I needed something new. I need something. But in my heart, I was like, I want something.
Saab.
No. I'm getting there. So I went to see a few used cars, thinking I'd get a Proton Pedana. The Accord lah.
Oh, Accord
Because,
Dana.
it's like a D-segment car. When it was new, it was 100k.
Yeah.
When it was a Honda, it was 160k.
Yeah.
So after all this resale,
We're looking at what,
value,
30K?
it was 40 something listed by used cars. So I'm like, okay lah, I can just get a loan. I can clear it off, and then it doesn't really hurt me lah, because I made that 30k from selling the car.
Yeah.
But then an opportunity came up with Kasem.
Oh, that's why you got this.
Yeah, that's why I got that.
Oh, that's a good deal, man.
It was better than going to a used car dealer to me, because used car dealer had a lot of dodgy stuff going on.
And they have this additional surcharges.
Yes.
That,
The car, the listing price, the 39, is non-negotiable, and it's the body price.
Yeah.
And then you go there, and then you pay a little bit sum for this, a little sum for that. So it ends up being 45.
I don't think it's a little.
It's a lot.
Registration sum is like 1,000 ringgit.
Correct.
Come on.
A car that is reserved for 40, you will buy it for 45.
Yeah.
And not counting your interest on the loan.
Yeah.
So it was not worth it to me after you've added all this factor. And they are not open to negotiating. So I walked away from the used car dealers and I went for the Alza, which I'll do a review for.
Customer.
With Kasem. It ticked all the boxes. It's a MyV essentially that is extended.
Yep.
And simple,
Reliable.
no headache. So then my friend in JB, before I bought the Alza, I had that money in hand. He was like, hey bro,
Someone died.
a friend of mine, someone died lah. I don't want to mention too much about the family history, but someone in the family died and
They have cars.
they have cars. So I looked at their cars. They had an E39, a pretty good condition E39 by the looks of it.
Yeah.
But not my thing lah, because learn the lesson from the E34. Don't buy 4-door BMWs that are not special to you.
Yeah.
I looked at the other car. It was a Saab 900 Turbo.
Yeah, when you showed me, I'm like,
No, you were like, buy it.
oh, I was
You
about
were buy
No,
it.
I didn't want to touch it
You didn't
because
want to touch,
Saab
yeah.
doesn't speak to me.
Correct.
I knew it was a good deal. But Saab, like, I'm not a Saab person.
Actually, I was not a Saab. My dad owned 2 Volvos in the past. So if you
You
bring
come
me-
from the long line of people who are
Volvo, Mercedes,
Saab,
yeah.
Mercedes, BM,
Yeah.
Volkswagen,
Ford,
that type lah.
Yeah.
That type lah.
The PJ Indian.
The PJ
But
Indian.
The JP Indian.
Start every sentence those days.
Before Marty. Screwed everything up.
You know why British food is so bland?
Why?
A bit of sidetrack. You see, in Asia.
Is it the guilt?
No, it's not. It's not. I'll tell you why. In Asia, they had this thing called the spice rack, where they literally lock up spices because it's so expensive. But for them, it is so common. If you put spices in your food, you are...
It's a luxury thing.
No, it's no longer a luxury. It's something everyone can do.
Oh.
Because something everyone can do, then I, who can afford ingredients much superior to you, can
Don't
afford
have
to
to
eat food without any spices.
Right.
And that caught on for the past 200 years in England.
That's quite stupid, right?
It's not stupid. It's extravagance. I am so rich
That I don't need spices.
I don't
to
need
make my
things that
peasant
everybody
meal.
need.
Right. I don't
you see
eat
that?
peasant food that requires spices.
Exactly. That's why you see like very high-end French cuisine.
Yeah.
They literally boil the chicken.
Yeah.
And then they slide it out of the bag for you.
I only have one question.
Yeah.
What level of capitalism is this?
End stage.
How did we get there?
Must always get there because of the Indian who talks about how much rail tracks, English education and system the British gave them.
Yes.
Yeah.
God bless. So yeah, the Saab came up, and it was a very rare model because Saab
Very.
900s are rare in
Yeah.
Malaysia. If you see them, like even
Once
if
in
it's
a while you see one.
even if you see a 90s era,
Yeah.
a GM era Saab, and it's a 4-door and it's a sedan, even then a person like you or me might look and say, what was that? Because Saabs are a little bit
rare, yeah.
And this was the rare
Yeah.
of the rare.
Yeah.
Because it was
It's a two-door.
It's a 2-door. Not just that. Let's start from the year.
Oh,
it was
okay.
an early model
Okay.
900.
Okay.
So it's a flat-fronted one. The 900 Classic becomes
This is
slant headlight later on.
This is a Saab nerd thing lah.
Yeah.
They all look like frog to me.
But okay, this was rare because it was an early model.
Yep.
It was the first one which had APC, which
Yep.
is a system, imagine in the 1980s, before computers,
Yeah.
they put a knock sensor inside to detect if your oxygen level is too low and compensate for it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so you can put any reasonable grade of fuel inside.
Oh, wow.
And the system can work itself out without a computer chip.
Wow.
Just by hearing, oh, there's knocking, adjust this.
Wow. I can imagine when it breaks lah.
So luckily mine didn't break. But yeah, it had that APC system.
And it has some like Porsche distributor or something.
It has, it uses, this is the thing, it has a fuel injection system that is shared in that era by all the European cars.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll find it in Porsche 911, you'll find it in even the car I bought after that, the
Right.
E21,
Oh.
which is the K-Jetronic injection system.
The original one.
The original one. So it's an injection system that is mechanical, purely mechanical.
Okay.
No computer, not even a
Interesting
basic
stuff,
computer.
yeah.
But it was an interesting system back then, but today the parts are impossible to find. You want to change one part, it'll be like 6,000.
Not worth keeping.
Not worth keeping.
Yeah.
And if you don't run the car, which, older cars, a lot of people, the moment one trouble starts and they can't
leave
fix it, they
Yeah.
just leave it.
Yeah.
Maybe not on purpose, they just be like, the thing snowball. And
Then you have long storage problem.
yeah, and then the fuel hardens inside the lines and
Right.
it's unsalvageable.
Yeah.
So luckily the Saab that I had was still being started, so it could start on first crank, which is good. And then it had the louvers at the back. It had a lot of kit.
It had Inca wheels.
Inca wheels.
Yeah.
Those wheels are worth like
7,000 ringgit, bro.
a lot, dude.
Yeah.
And it was original. And the spare tire was also an Inca rim.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
the
it's a
level.
5-piece.
So I had the car, but there was an issue because they took a loan on it in 1983.
They never go and relinquish the
Yeah.
the
So what
claim.
happens
Yeah.
after you finish your loan is
Yeah.
you're supposed to go to the bank and say, listen, no
Yeah.
more claim on my car.
People don't do it until they
come
have to
to
sell
sell,
it.
yeah.
You see, that's the problem.
The problem is this bank closed down.
Got absorbed by CIMB.
Absorbed by CIMB somehow after years and years, and they won't keep the documentation.
Yeah.
So the runner, after 1 year, and this was during MCO, I was stressing out, keeping the car running, went and changed the aircon and all that, but eventually after a year, everything got cleared, and I was like, okay, time to get road tax, insurance, drive the car. I drove the car to Klang to meet this guy named Shan. Shan is a major Saab enthusiast, so I wanted to show him the car, see what I have to work on and all that. I took it to his house. The moment I turned into his road, engine died. I was like, God bless me.
What kind of coincidence?
Yeah, the moment I got to his house. But then start on first crank
Okay.
again. So the issue is there, but it's not a major issue.
Just don't turn lah.
Just don't turn. And this is the first time I drove the car and
Outside of PJ.
outside of PJ, and the fuel was below half.
Oh, okay.
So
if it's full, then
If full, it didn't have this problem. So
So
essentially,
you know it's a fuel.
it's a fuel-related issue, lah. And it was basically the float had disintegrated. But it was at the point where I didn't want to risk it, so I towed it to Damansara, where
Rich man.
no,
I
no.
will drive the car until it fall
not
apart.
rich, smart. Get Allianz Road.
Oh, wow.
It's like an add-on,
Oh.
Enhanced Road Warrior. So you
Wow.
buy your cheap insurance, your third-party insurance.
Then you
and
add that.
You pay 150. You get unlimited 24-hour towing.
Rich lah.
Dude,
150.
nationwide. I can tow my car from JB back to my mechanic.
How many times you can use it?
Unlimited.
Wow.
It's the best deal for old cars. 150 bucks add-on.
I should do that.
Yeah, exactly. Because one tow, even in Klang Valley, is already what, 60, 80 bucks?
What?
Yeah. If you're towing from here to your mechanic, it's
200 lah.
200.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have friends, then it's 80. So immediately, one time you do it, you already redeem you make back your money.
Yeah.
So, yeah, even after I sold the car, I didn't cancel my insurance because I'm like, I made my money, bro. I towed it already. So I got that Enhanced Road Warrior couple, like when I got my main insurance. So I towed it for free. Thank you, Allianz. Honestly, the best service in the world.
Wow. How much they pay you?
They actually sponsor Boti for DSF every year. So,
Oh, is it?
yeah, but I don't get any discount for this. Anyway, so yeah, I towed the car, they fixed the issue, and then the mechanic told me, dude, you can keep this car, it makes sense, or you can sell it, he knows someone who wants it. So
There's an enthusiast.
He's an enthusiast
who
friend.
already has
More than once.
more than one Saab, yeah.
Yeah, he has a bunch of Saabs. So I put it up for sale. Long story short, this guy came in. He basically
showed up.
He showed up before any of the other buyers on the same within 24 hours
Yeah.
of me saying it's for sale. Within 24 hours of him finding out it's for sale, and I made the decision because I was getting married and I wanted
You
some.
needed some cash. lah.
Yeah, and then my wife wanted to go Europe honeymoon and all that. I was like, okay lah.
So what happened to the Penang honeymoon?
That was the
honeymoon
residual,
later.
residual cash that was left. I sold the car. The guy came in and he saw the amount of problems and he knew exactly what the problems were. There were problems where I would have never guessed. Like the brake was very spongy. I thought, okay, brake pump is failing or what.
service, yeah.
This guy opened it up and because he has a lot of spare parts, he managed to diagnose exactly what it was. They basically put the wrong year brake booster in.
Oh, wow.
And he had that brake booster. He had all the replacement parts for the car.
Wow.
So
Talk about
he's-
passion, man.
Yeah, the guy is super passionate. lah. After the wedding, actually building up to the wedding, I found out that another family member from the Saab family had an E21. 323i, full spec.
Basically, the closest thing you can get to the original M3.
Yes. This is before the M3.
Before the M3.
Yeah. Everybody wants an E30, everybody wants a 2002.
Yeah.
E21 is a bit on the fence. Nobody really looks for it.
Yeah.
So this one was sitting in the
And the
garage.
rust.
And the rust is problematic.
Yeah.
I mean, 2002 also rust.
Oh, is it?
But it's worth saving because the
It is
price
special lah now,
The price is
yeah.
up there. So this one had been sitting in the garage for 20 years.
It is a household garage with a shutter door. I mean, come on. Like what?
Different level, dude.
Imagine storing a car in that condition for 20 years. It is the absolute best condition E21 you can find.
Yeah. There is a bit of corrosion on the wiper side.
At the edges, dude, that has less corrosion than your 15-year Vios.
Yeah. But it was a gamble because the car
Doesn't
hasn't
start.
Doesn't
Yeah.
start. So you know there's a problem. You know you have to
Yeah.
spend some money, but you don't know how much money. So I tried to estimate and all that. It's already overrun my estimate lah. And I managed to find this guy, German Autowerks. I'll link him down here. Very good BMW classic workshop in Subang. It was just perfect lah, timing. Again, one of those things where everything, all the coincidences line up. He had a customer who was selling the injection system.
For E30.
Yes, the E30 injection system.
Is it a 323 E30?
Yes.
Same
325,
engine?
325.
Oh, 325.
But the same block.
It's the same
So
block.
everything just fits
Right,
in.
right.
He had that lying around. Can just fit in. And like I said, the K-Jetronic, the fuel kind of like freezes up
Yeah.
if you don't, I mean,
Yep.
it hardens up lah.
Yep.
And that was the problem with this. So
Right.
the K-Jet had to come out. So I bought that L-Jet system lah and plonked it in.
Plonked it in, yeah.
Then the wiring had an issue. He didn't realize the wires had all fused together.
The whole wiring has to be redone.
Whole wiring has to be redone. He managed to find a guy who came in painstakingly every day for like 3 weeks.
Wow.
3 weeks plus. Every day.
It'll
Test
cost
each
you-
wire. You should go to German Autos.
Wow.
These guys they do their work
I
properly.
should have known him earlier.
But they're really good. Regardless, if you want to take care of your car properly, I don't think there's anyone better than this guy.
They deal with Germans, mostly.
They deal with mostly BMWs, but I've seen Mitsubishi, what's this? The Attract. I've seen the Attract go in. I've seen Subarus go in. They deal with slightly exotic stuff. They were the ones who started Heritage Garage.
Oh, I know.
But he was one of the partners, and then he kind of branched off and did his own thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So this guy,
His prices are good, huh?
his prices, this new garage is good, and he keeps the garage super clean. End of the week, mop everything, clean everything, all the tools. So it's a dream garage to me. So anyway, I got this deal. The guy who sold it to me is very nice. He didn't want to flip it. He just wanted someone to take care of it, which is why I don't think I'll flip it also. I will just maintain it at least for the next couple of years. See.
Until you get a bit tired of it or something.
If it causes too many problems, then I will consider flipping it off. But not flipping it off, just selling it off to the next person who wants to take care of it. But yeah, it was a very good deal. It's still not done yet. The car is still in the garage. But yeah, that was another find of the century.
Yeah, that was your current.
That's my current project.
E21.
Still waiting for it to be done. And when they did the wiring, they removed the dashboard, everything. They said the firewall is intact.
Wow.
There's this surface level rust here and there.
You haven't driven the car, right?
I haven't driven the car.
Oh crap.
I saw it start. I was like, it starts.
Yeah.
That is enough for me. But the problem is, when you put the L-jet injector inside, the battery has to move to the back. So, I mean, there's
like a drift car.
Like a drift car. So yeah, some little issues here and there, but interior is okay, man. No,
All original.
all original.
Yeah.
Freaking same. The CD player is down there.
Yeah.
Wow. It's just like everything.
It had a CD player.
I think that one was a
Add-on,
aftermarket, but it was a nice one. It's Alpine.
Oh, wow.
With the in the boot you put in the multi CD. 90s era. Okay lah, I can live with it.
It won't work lah.
It won't work. I just hear the engine and be happy. So yeah, that's my car collecting story.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So now you're dealing with a 323.
A 323.
We are dealing with a Mark II Supra.
Yes.
I'm dealing with a 300ZX, a 160J, Sylvia,
S110.
and S110.
So yeah, that's the Autophiles car collection.
Yeah, man.
Alright, thanks for watching.
Alright, see you guys, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye.